everybody, what's going on? This is Dr. Jeff C. May, and welcome to another episode of the Doctor's Orders podcast. I hope you guys are enjoying season number 2. It's good to be here, and it's good to share. It's good to see people changing their lives. It's good to see people making choices each and every day that impact not only their lives, but the people that are watching, their children that are watching, their grandchildren may be watching. It doesn't matter how old you are, how old you feel, or how young you are, or how young you feel. Making changes today is the best opportunity that you will ever get. You know, oftentimes it's been said the best time to do, X, Y, Z, what was when I was young. And the second best time is now. And so I'm excited for you guys to be here listening along. We're in studio here in Jordan, Minnesota. Drop a comment where you guys are listening from. But today, the title of this podcast is The Basics Are Boring and That's Why You're Sick. The basics are boring and that's why you are sick. You can interject the word sick for stuck. You can interject the word stuck for suck. Like whatever it is, that's why you suck. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're sick. Those different things is because we forget that the basics are boring. And yes, they're boring, but I will tell you that what in this episode, I'm going to share with you your assignment, maybe one of the most important you will ever do on Doctor's Orders podcast if you do it. But it's so basic, Dr. Jeff. Oh, it's too easy, Dr. Jeff. Well, keep telling yourself that while you're getting fatter, while you're getting more fatigued, while you're getting more tired, while you're getting sicker, while you're doing all those things. And you run and gun and everything, the quick fix on social media or this influencer or that influencer, all those influencers, the whole word influencer wasn't even known pretty much, up until social media hit the fan. And then now we have influencers. You know who your biggest influencer should be? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Because what we see on social media is people's highlight reels, and we compare them to our bloopers. We live in a day where we're sitting there and we feel like we're living a blooper reel, and we look and everybody else's life is perfect. And yet everybody else is a pretty damn good liar. Think about this. You're going to show your best. You're going to put your best foot forward. You're going to put your best face forward. And if you can't put your best face forward, you're going to put your best filter forward. That's what social media is. Like even if you can't put your best face forward, you put your best filter forward. And then it makes it look like you got the best face. And so all these living lies that are out there, they're stories, they're lies, they're stories, and they're not true. And so how do you course correct? How do you do those things? Is you realize that your greatest influencer is yourself. Your greatest influencer in your life should be you, because nobody can do the push-ups for you. Nobody can do the burpees for you. Nobody can make the diet choices for you, chew your food for you, swallow it, digest it, process it. No one can take care of your body for you to the extent that you can. And yet in the world of flash and fun and flair and all these things is that we think, oh man, I've got to get this new laser light, or I've got to get this new light bulb for my house, or I've got to get this new softener, or this new drink, or this new supplement, or this, and this. And we overcomplicate the absolute living shit out of it. Like it gets so complicated so quick that we just stop. And it gets so complicated so quick that we get overwhelmed. And in our head, we say, we just can't do it. Like, what is this noise? Like, it's all this noise, and in the end, we end up doing nothing. Well, I could go for a walk. Oh, but it's cold outside. Yeah, but did you even realize going for a walk 30 minutes a day can reduce your risk of many, many types of cancers? Just walking. What's preventing you from walking? How are your legs? Are your legs broken? By the way, if your legs are broken and you're listening to this, I pray they get better faster. But I'm saying for the majority of people sitting there, they got 2 good legs. What are you going to walk by somebody who doesn't have legs at all that's in a wheelchair and say you can't go for a walk? Like, let's get off the victim train. Let's get off the thing where, oh, woe is me, or it happened to me, or it was handed down to me, or it's my genetics, it's this. Do the basics. Get your heart rate up every day. Drink water. Get your vitamin D. I mean, the basics, the absolute basics. Did you guys know that one of the things that's getting popular now, it's been there since the dawn of time, it's been there since God created light, is that sun gazing and how it affects that. If you get out and get in direct sunlight, essentially don't stare at the sun. I'm not telling you to stare at the sun or any bright light for that matter. But if you get out and look towards the direction of the sun within the first hour of daylight, it helps reset circadian rhythms. It helps your sleep. There's so many biological and physiological processes by just doing that. And so you sit there and you think, it's Monday, or it's Tuesday, or I don't want it. Like, you need to put all your man, you need to pile all your excuses up and just light a match and burn them down to the ground. They aren't serving you. They aren't doing you any good. Everybody around you, your family, your friends, they wish you'd drop them too. Unless it's those friends that are sitting there and they're like, man, they're exercising and now I feel uncomfortable about myself and my laziness and I don't want to go to the gym, but man, they're making me feel uncomfortable, so they start tearing you down. And it's the old crab in the bucket analogy. One crab it starts climbing out of the bucket and gets right to the top, and the other crab's looking at him and like, screw you, Bob, you ain't getting out of here, and they start pulling them down. If you got friends like that in your life, cut them out right now. Cut those friends out of your life right now. They are doing you zero good. And in fact, they're doing you damage. And so in this lesson today, I want to give you this concept. The basics are easy. Quit skipping the basics. That's step one. And then to help with that, I want you to analyze all the things that you've been worrying about, all the things you've been stressing about. And everybody's got a list. Everybody's got a list. I want you to take that list and I want you to divide it down and just write it out on one sheet of paper. And then on the sheet of paper next to it, just draw a line down the middle. And on the top of that side, on one side, you say what I can control, and the other side, what I can't control. And you take that list on the one page and you take everything on that list and you put them in one of two categories. Either I can control it or I can't control it. And then all the stuff that you can't control, stop friggin' worrying about. Drop it. Just drop it. You are wasting time, energy, and I guarantee you money. And you're losing out on relationships, you're losing out on laughter, you're losing out on the fun, the joy, those things that you've been seeking, but in those places has been replaced by anxiety and depression and fatigue and guilt and shame. If you just took that list of what you can't control and give it to God, forget it. Just let it be and focus on what you can control. If we just did that, sick care, Big Pharma wouldn't have a lot of pills to sell us, would they? Because we wouldn't need them. We realize that exercise is the greatest antidepressant out there. Realizing that if we can literally reset our circadian rhythms by sit there and getting direct sunlight within the first 15 minutes of being awake, or first hour ideally. All of these things. So I want to encourage you guys today is that go through and make that list. What I can control, what I can't control. All the things you're worried about, and then divide it into what I can control, what I can't control. And at the end, stop skipping the basics. If you do that, you will be healthier. And if you're healthier, I guarantee you'll be happier. And if you're happier, those people in life are the most productive. You guys, thanks for listening to today's episode. And those are your doctor's orders.